Hi guys, so this is GrimeeQuick for Nukefam Records, and today we are talking to Cymarshall Law. He's a New Jersey rapper, and he's got a release out with Nukefam Records and Ramson Badbonez called Undiluted, and we're here today to have a big chat about that. How are you, man? Are you good?
I'm excellent and improving by the second. I appreciate you for having me here.
Improving by the second. I love that. I love that.
It's crazy, right?
I'm gonna steal that one. I'm keeping that one. Improving by the second. Hey, thank you.
I got plenty that's yours.
Thank you for talking to me, man. Honestly, I really appreciate you talking to me. So thank you so much for this. It's going to be cool.
Thank you for talking to me. We're on mutual ground.
We really are. We really are. So just for anybody that is watching or listening or whatever format we kind of put this on, I would imagine that the majority of people that are tuning into the Nukefam Records platform are from the UK and probably have a great awareness of Ramson Badbonez. But for the people at the back that might not be aware of who you are, do you want to just very, very briefly just sort of introduce yourself? What are you about? Where are you from? You know, your sort of background, very, very briefly, if you can do. That's cool.
So I'm from New Jersey, raised in New Jersey. I went to high school, South Brunswick High School in New Jersey. My partner in hip hop was my older brother, Skip Slime, in our group, Everliven Sound. Before he was a partner with me in our group, he was a solo artist. And when he was on a label called Subverse Music, he was on a label with MF Doom. And MF Doom advised him he should start a group with his brother. And I happened to be his brother. So when he moved back to New Jersey, he was like, I was his younger brother by 7 years. He was like, "Si, we should do this group together." So I joined Everliven Sound. And that was because MF Doom advised my brother to put me in the group. So that's how I started. And that was like right out of high school because I started rhyming when I was like 16. So I got into Everliven Sound when like 17. And from then I was doing shows all over the tri-state, New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, as many as I could. I hooked up with my brother Pumpkinhead. I don't know if you know who Pumpkinhead is, but he was a super dope MC who passed away a few years ago from New York. But he was older than me too. So him and my brother are my seniors. So a lot of the cats from New York, like that came up in the 90s, they're like my older brother type. I'm like a bit younger than them.
Yeah.
But I grew up around them a lot because I was always going to New York and I was always like the younger cat around from New Jersey. So I just grew up around the dopest MCs from the East Coast, and I started doing a lot of shows all down the East Coast. I got on the Vans Warped Tour, toured the United States, toured Europe a bunch of times. I got albums with cats from Sweden called the Beatniks. A guy from Hungary called Mr. Joker. I got an album with Slimline Mother from the UK. I got a new album coming out with Ramson Badbonez. Obviously, I got an album with Mudblood from Russia. So I got a lot of international albums, and I'm, just the MC of the rawest caliber, hip hop in its purest, rawest form, lyricism, hip hop from the heart, boom bap.
Awesome.
I'm also on the flesh. So yeah, that's me.
That is absolutely brain bashing, man. That's melted my brain because one of the things that I was going to ask you. So I've done a little bit of research, tiny little bit of research, and you were actually born in the UK. Is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
And something I was going to mention at some point, I was going to draw some parallels between MF Doom, because MF Doom was born in the UK. MF obviously was born in the UK, went to the US, got into hip hop with his brother, and it's like you've done. There are some parallels there. Like, so when did you? Where in the UK are you actually from?
Specifically, I was born in Luton Dunstable Hospital.
So you're from Luton?
Luton Dunstable Hospital.
Yes, man.
Yo, when I have to explain to people in America where I was born, I'm like, yo, the town is probably not even on the map. Like it's like
it's actually in the UK. It's quite a well-known town, but probably for the wrong reasons. Luton.
Yeah, for sure, definitely for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. There's some controversy around Luton, but like it's in is it Hertfordshire? Is it Hertfordshire? Anyway, yeah, it's a crazy town, Luton. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on there, and have been for a lot of years.
It's crazy. So when did you go to the US then?
In 1990.
Was that obviously with your family?
When I was 9 years old, yeah.
And what was the reason for that?
Just for better opportunities. believe my parents saw better opportunities for their kids in America. And it was true because when we would go on vacation, we would see like a lot of people doing a lot of things that weren't not happening in Luton. I mean, you just told me you knew about Luton, so I'm pretty sure you know. So when we went to America, we saw a lot more than what was in fucking Luton. And like my parents were like my grandmother already lived in America in North Brunswick in New Jersey, so that was my dad's mom. So it was pretty easy for us to migrate like that. And it was really for the children, and everything that my parents did it for absolutely worked out. Like the reason, like my sister, brother, you know, we're all doing well. Their grandkids now, but in the way, not that they wouldn't be doing well if we would have stayed in Luton, but I feel like something different might have happened.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And now it's completely different. Like my parents did that.
Yeah.
Like they got out when a lot of, and I don't want to say got out like, you know, they got out, but you know what the fuck I mean.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people that are
and then it was really brave of them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we you know, they weren't American, and my parents are Jamaican as well. My parents are not even English born. Both of them were born in Jamaica, and then they moved to England where they met each other, and then they had me, my brother and sister, and then moved to America in 1990. So when we went to America, they had my grandma who was over there for whatever reason. But you know, so when I go places in America, it's not like I have mad cousins places, because my cousins are like in Jamaica or England or like Canada.
Yeah.
So I'm like really an immigrant to this place, but I was born and raised in New Jersey. So it's like I've lived in New Jersey way longer than I ever lived in England.
Yeah.
So I'm like New Jersey and Americanized damn near to the fullest.
So do you have any sort of influence with your music with the kind of Jamaican heritage? Because Jamaican music, like music in Jamaica, is a big thing. There's a whole the sound system culture with Jamaicans. You know, it massively influenced hip hop in a lot of ways. You know, the rapping.
It's so there's a few ways for me to answer that question. The first way I would say it's difficult for someone to be of Jamaican or cultural or West Indian descent and not have that thing in them. Like once you are of that kind of people or that culture, you have that thing, you have that bounce, and I know you know what that bounce is.
Of course.
And it's just about the music bringing that out. So if you're like a lyricist who happens to be Jamaican and you didn't really know you had that bounce, and then you started writing lyrics, you might just find you have, I mean, you will find you have that bounce. You just have that thing in you. So that thing you're talking about, I just have it because I just happen to be West Indian. Like, so luckily for me. And then another way to look at it is that my dad was a Jamaican MC at Jamaica. He used to sound, I'm like, he used to own a sound in England called Freedom Sound.
Wow.
So, you know, he used to go on Sound Clash, this, that, and the other. So in Luton, there was Freedom Sound is pretty famous in Luton. So my dad used to own that sound.
They call it chatting, don't they? It's chatting. It's the old chatting thing.
Yeah.
It's where a lot of people attribute rapping in this country, especially. I'd say there's a lot more people that attribute our hip hop, UK hip hop, to the Jamaican chatting than say the influence that comes from the 1970s New York kind of thing.
I don't know exactly why. I just know there were a lot of immigrants from Jamaica to England, but not that there weren't immigrants from Jamaica to New York, because there were. So I don't know why it blew up that way a bit more in England, because I know what you mean. It does feel more
It was the Windrush.
I want to say native to England.
There was the Windrush thing
in America.
There's something called the Windrush in the 60s, where they had a lot of. They were basically asked. Our government basically went to Jamaica and was like, "Come over here and work in."
No, I know all about it. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to attribute it all to that, because my parents came after Windrush. I think Windrush ended in like the late 60s or maybe somewhere in the 70s. My parents came like right after that. So like, you know, I didn't want to attribute it all to that, but yeah, that's definitely some of the reason.
Yeah. So what's your sort of, without being too cheesy of a question, you know, how did you start in music? But like, when did it start for you? How did it start? I know you mentioned earlier that the MF that your brother was advised by MF doing, which is crazy. Actually, it's crazy. But like for you personally, like when did it start and why? Why did you want to do music?
I got to give a lot of the credit to my older brother. He was an MC, and to tell a story before the one I told, like I'll tell it years before because he started before that. So when we moved to America, before we moved to America, he was in a dance group called like Lords of the Rings or some shit like that. And then when we moved to America, he became a MC, and I was, we shared a bedroom together. So everything he was doing, he was my older brother by 7 years. Literally everything he was doing on some younger brother shit, I was watching. So I watched him start being an MC and then start getting. So I watched the whole thing. And then I just always used to think in my head, I can do that too. Like he will always used to bring home tapes from him being in the studio, and I always used to listen to his studio tapes and just be thinking like, I in my brain I would be thinking I can do that too. And then one day I said it to him, and he said, yeah, I think you could do it too. And he explained why he thought I could do it too. And he based it off my personality. And he was like, yo, you'd probably be better than this shit at me. The way you act, he was like, yo, if you could fucking put that shit on paper, you'd probably be better than that shit at me. And I took that shit to heart. So I that and probably the West Indian shit you were talking about. When I hear music, dog, it's like my whole soul starts going like that. It's like if I like it, my whole soul starts dancing inside. Some people, I can't say everyone, but when I hear music, I fucking see colors. Like a whole different thing happens.
I'm the same, yeah.
So that thing was in me. And then just, I guess, being a character, as my brother would call it, was in me. And then I love music, so it was like it all went together. And in school, my favorite subject was always English, and I was never good at following. The reason I would always get a B and not an A in English is because my papers would be brilliant, but I would never follow the rules.
Okay.
I just didn't like following the rules. And with hip hop, I could write without having to follow the rules. So I took everything I've told you and that from being a little kid into like just into music, and I started rapping. The first song that really made me start rapping was Keith Murray's The Most Beautifulest Things in the World. And I couldn't take it anymore because it was just so, it touched me in a way where it was like, yo, I have to like do something about this. So from that point, I started writing.
Amazing.
And I never looked back.
So you're a big Keith Murray fan as well, yeah?
Yeah, I love Keith Murray, especially back then. Back then, there was nothing like him specifically.
Yeah, Keith Murray's sick.
It was crazy. He was backed by those Eric Sermon beats, and no one was rapping like that.
No.
It was crazy.
So I wanted to know a little bit. Obviously, you used to be in a crew. I don't know if this crew still exists, but I was listening to some of the stuff today. I'm not going to lie and say like I've listened to them loads before. It's new to me. The crew, Everliven Sound was the name.
That is the crew with my brother, my biological brother that I keep talking about. So it's just me and him only, and he goes by the name of Skit Slam. Also known as Black Belt Combs. But it's him and I together are Everliven Sound.
And when did that kind of take form?
That form before I got into it. They had a vinyl single out on Subverse Records. That's what I was referring to before, and that was before I got in the group. That was when Everliven was on the label with Subverse. And before in Everliven, it was my brother and the DJ who made all the beats. But since the DJ right around that time left the group, and that's when I did come into the group. So the group started Everliven Sound probably after we moved to America, probably 96, 97, like a long time ago before I even got into it. And then I got into it around the year 2000.
Amazing, man. I was listening to a tune today called Walk Away.
Yeah.
Good tune, that, man. Really love it.
I love it. Oh, that was produced by the Beatniks. I think it was on Freedom 2.
I listened to that.
On the Everliven Sound Freedom 2 album.
I probably listened to it about 4 times today, man. Really good. Really good. He's saying some...
Thank you, man.
There, man. He's saying some really good stuff in there. That's what I wanted to tell you as well, which is that I had the bright idea of, I'm trying to do some research before I talk to you, so I'm not just like, just aimlessly babbling. And I thought, well, I'll go and listen to his back catalogue. I'll go on his Bandcamp, and I'll see what he's got on there. I'm going to need about 10 years to go through your back catalogue, bro. There's so much music on the back catalogue. It's massive. There was like 30 albums, 50 albums on there, or 50 releases on there. It was crazy. I was like this scrolling down my phone, like, when's it going to stop? It's never going to stop. It's really impressive, man. It's so for anybody watching, like, go on to Bandcamp, type in Cymarshall Law, Cy with a C. Well, you'll be able to see this anyway. Cymarshall Law, and you'll see like this guy's crazy prolific with his music, man.
It's really fun because when people say they have writer's block, I never understand it because there's so many things to write about, and there's so many feelings to express. I don't like. There's never not something to write about. So that's why I have all that shit.
That's the vibe that I get from you, is that you just don't stop. This is just writing. You can write forever.
Yeah. So that could bring me to a segue. I'm like controlling the interview now, but my latest album, Peaceful Warrior 2, is called Peaceful Warrior 2 Raw Self-Expression, and that's specifically what we're talking about. So I did a verse for a brother named Sam Seed today. Do you know Sam Seed?
I do know Sam Seed, yeah.
I did a verse for him today, and I was asked for it, and it was recorded within 3 hours. The written rap recorded in 3 hours. And according to the text that I received, he really, really liked it. Yeah. And my point in saying that was that me having all that stuff, it's about raw self-expression. It's about not doubting who you are and what you're doing. Like when you do it, I've been doing this shit for fucking ever. Yeah. Like I know it sounds good. Like I know how to do it. Yeah. And it's about going with your clearest thought and deepest feeling and just going with it. And so like I have a lot of shit because I love doing that shit and I just do it. Like I don't even be thinking about that shit. Just like the reggae or West Indian shit we was talking about, it's just here. Yeah, it's part of you. It's part of your soul. It's part of you. Yeah, absolutely.
That takes me on to a question that I've got for you. Like, I have heard the album. I've heard with Ramson Badbonez. So there's the new album that's coming out called Undiluted with Nuke Fam Records. And this is I don't know if it's the first, I think it is the first fully produced Ramson Badbonez album. Where
I'm honored.
Where he's taken the role mainly as a producer. So I'm listening to this thing, and obviously I'm lyrically kind of dissecting as I do because I'm a nerd. Certain parts of what you're rapping about, and there are just two things like that. There are two bars. I don't even know if they're in the same song. Actually, they might even be in the same song. There aren't only two bars, but there are two punchlines that you did that popped my brains out, man. So there's one where you say that you're smoking something that's the same colour as Raekwon's tape. which when I heard that, I had to stop it. And I had to stop laughing my ass off. I had to go back and listen to it again and again and again. I was like, yo. And then the other thing that you say on one of the tunes as well is that you define the 13th and the third letter. And I had to stop the song again and then go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. MC. He's saying MC every time. And it blew my brains. So have you got like a writing process? Do you sit there trying to come up with punchlines like this, or does it just kind of fall out of you? Or what's your kind of method, man?
No, they just fall out. Have the most fun as possible. Can I move my camera around and show you my room?
You can do whatever you want, bro. You can do whatever you want, of course.
So this is gonna be a video interview, right?
Yeah.
So my studio is kind of messy right now, so this is me being honest as possible. I'm gonna try to not show you the messy parts. I have records in the corner and shit, but I just want to show you, like, I have all my favorite fucking vinyl records up. I have like Funko Pops. I got pictures of the shit that I love, like Funko Pops. I got pictures of family and shit. Like my son, my kids, a fucking dartboard, CDs. I just put my iMac over there. A bunch of comic books, The Flash, Jay-Z decoded autobiographies, Spider-Man shit, some Bruce Lee shit, a rhyme book that a guy from Germany sent me. So I showed you that all that shit to say. Luckily I I own this house and I was able to finesse myself a whole entire studio to myself. And it is like my man cave, but it's also my studio. But all the things I love are surrounding me.
Yeah.
So when I write rhymes, it's pretty easy because I'm just surrounded by all the things that I love all the time.
Yeah.
And that could be things that I just showed you, or it could be me ordering some food from Uber Eats that I love. Like man, I understand. I think I understand one thing at least that a lot of people don't understand, and I think that's just to like always enjoy life. Like fuck that. Like there's so much fucking shit going on that can weigh you down. The prime minister's doing that. The president's doing that. This guy's doing like there's mad shit. There's mad shit that can fuck us up.
Yeah.
And what I understand is I'm not going out like that.
No.
Absolutely fucking not.
No.
Absolutely. So yes, I'm writing a billion fucking rhymes. I am finessing my own room so I can like block everyone out and like do what the fuck I want in here and read comic books and eat potato chips if I want to and listen to fucking Tribe Called Quest all day if I want to. But that's a jewel that I think some people don't understand because they'll just work themselves to death, or they'll go to school to death, or they stress themselves to death.
Yeah.
And people sometimes get mad at me for like, I guess you want to call it protecting your peace, and that's kind of what I meant by the peaceful warrior, because it is like a act of rebellion, like sometimes like taking your peace, like fuck that. So how I write rhymes because I'm able to do it all the time because I protect my peace all the time.
Yeah.
Like I like to laugh, I make sure I laugh, like I make sure I eat. But as long as I'm being a fucking good person, that's what I mean by I make sure I eat. Like I eat what the fuck I want to eat. Like as far as like I just treat myself good, man. As long as I'm treating everyone around me as good as possible and I'm not being a fucking dickhead, I'm definitely gonna treat myself good. Just fuck that.
Love it. I love that. Love it.
So yeah, that's all.
The peaceful warrior thing. Just a little side question. Is that based on the book? Did you get the name from the book?
Nah, it's not based on the book, but it fucking could be. It could be. I mean, oh wait. Let me reverse. Okay, so the book probably is not the same thing as the movie, right?
The movie's based on the book. So the film is called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. The book is called The Peaceful Warrior.
All right, so
I'm like a massive
when I wrote the album, when I decided to call the album that, it wasn't based on the book or the movie. But because I don't know, maybe I just kind of understood what peaceful warrior meant. It kind of ended up being about what that is about, sort of. I mean, it is really. And then after I made the first album, I was like, you know what? Why don't I go and watch the movie Peaceful Warrior? And when I watched it, I was like, oh, well, damn, this is about what the album was about. It made fucking perfect sense.
Because everything you just described there about protecting your peace, being in the moment, being right here, and I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to focus in on what I want and having fun.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do to be a peaceful warrior, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So I figured that out. You know, it connected beautifully after I watched the movie. I've never read the book. Obviously, that's kind of what I just said. But the movie is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Starring Nick Nolte, came out in 2007. And I remember in 2007 when I used to see the previews on TV. And it's crazy because I used to think that movie was fucking boring. I literally used to be like, I ain't watching that shit. I remember the commercials coming on TV, and then years later, I went back like, oh shit, that was just a fucking great movie.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a really good movie.
It is different to the book. I'm a bit of a bookworm, so I'm a bit of a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And the book is a little bit. I actually prefer the film. The movie's better.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I liked the book, but obviously they've made the film afterwards, and I think they've they've jazzed it up, and it's just punchier. It's a bit more entertaining. But yeah, man, I love it.
Because the book's usually better, so that's interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, often the books are better, but in this case, it's the opposite. So just going back to talking about the album that you've got with Ramson Badbonez, Undiluted. Which I want to get into a little bit more in a bit, but like, how do you know? I know that you're on a track with Ramson Badbonez, but how did you guys how do you know each other? How has that come about? Where you've done an album together and you're working together?
You know what? As far as me meeting Ramson Badbonez, one day I got an email with a request to be on one of Ramson's albums. And that's the first time I knew about Ramson. That was like mad years ago. And I researched him then, and I thought he was dope. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And I did it. It wasn't him who reached out to me. I think it was like his label. I don't even know what label it was. If you look back, it's one of those fucking songs. But I did the song. I never spoke to him back then. I just did it. And then I think one of us added each other like on social media. I can't remember who added who. And then we just be liking each other's shit. And I can't recently this album, how the fuck did it happen? How the fuck did it happen? Let me think about this earnestly.
I love
Who said it first?
I love that you can't remember. I love it.
Who said it first? I don't know. I would quite literally have to scroll up. And I mean that in the most transparent way. I'd have to scroll up to the conversation to be like, who said let's do this first? Because I don't remember. But what I do remember is that it happened really fast. Like it was really easy and really fast. As soon as he started sending them, I just started sending them back. We was like do 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 do, right, one after the other, like, and he was like, oh shit, like you sending these shits back fast and they're dope. And I was like, raw self-expression.
Because I've heard the album, and obviously the album's not out yet, and I've heard the album, and there definitely seems to be a kind of meeting of energies, if that makes sense. Like I have only ever heard Ramson Badbonez MCing, spitting, rapping, and he has this fucking aggressive.
Yeah.
But and until recently, I'm not going to lie, man. Until recently is when I started to listen to your stuff over the last month or so. And you've got this similar thing with your rap style. You're right there. It's like you're eating the microphone, and it's like it works so well, man. So it's just interesting to know. Maybe it just was supposed to happen. Maybe it was always going to happen. Maybe it was inevitable that it was going to happen. I don't know.
It feels right. It feels really easy. It feels super easy. That's what I can say. Like working with him is super easy, and it definitely feels natural, and it feels like it was supposed to happen. Like when I did meet him, because we did meet. I flew to England. We shot a couple videos and shit.
Videos, yeah.
Like that shit was like we known each other for a long time. We was cool. You know what I'm saying? It like we clicked. It was actually I took my brother Skit Slam. Because Skit lives over there now, and it was me, him, Skit, and the video director, and we were just chilling. Did we smoke an L that day? I don't think we smoked that day. I think we was working that day. But
So your brother's here now?
Yeah.
Oh, your brother's back here in Luton?
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Okay, man. All right, it all makes sense, man. Because I'm thinking, like, is he flying back over here to do videos? But obviously, you come in here, you're probably staying at your brother's, right? When you come over here. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that's good, man. That's so cool. That's cool. Okay. So I really wanted to just kind of focus in on your rap style. I know we've just talked about it a minute ago, but I kind of wanted to end on that as well, really, and just kind of wrap it up with a bit like what I've just said there. There's an energy match here. So this is Ramson Badbonez's first. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't want to assume and say that it is his first, but I think it's his first debut kind of.
I think it's his first. Let's say it's his first.
I think it's his. As a producer only, and he's not really. He is.
I would like for it to be his. I hope that I'm his first.
I'm pretty sure that it is, man. He's obviously rapping on one of the tracks, but I think this is his first like fully produced.
Yo, his beats are crazy. His beats hold the energy of his rapping.
Yeah,
which is fucking dope as shit.
It's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Although he's not featured on every album rapping, his energy is clearly there throughout the album.
Mad. And he sounds like somebody who's a time-served veteran of production that's been doing it for 20 years, and it's crazy.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's maybe this is what you're trying to get at. But Us Together is a it's definitely like like it's definitely unique and a mashup. There's nothing like it. Let's put it like that.
No, there
Like him and me together, like this. There's nothing like it because it's just like energy the whole time. Like, yo, they're fucking wild and they dun, dun.
But your
It's
rap
fucking dope. I mean, I can't wait for people to hear it because I don't feel like there's been an album like this in a long time.
No, there hasn't.
Where it's just like rapping and the hard beats, like, and you're like, yo, these motherfuckers just have all this energy and like it's like they still have that purity, that youngness of hip hop, and that's why we called it Undiluted, because it's straight raw. It's this and not only is it straight raw, because you can have straight raw and not be good. But it's two talented people who are straight raw. So
Yeah, man.
It hits and unique, so it hits. But yeah, I really appreciate that about this album.
I think that's what I was going to ask you. Is that like, is that intentional or is that just a feeling? Like, do you sit there and think, right, I'm going to be as like, because it's so intricate. You like scheming throughout it and everything. You know what I mean? It's like you're not just using multi-syllables. It's so layered, man. There's punchlines, there's metaphors. It's like a crazy wash of like. You have to stop each track and go back. What did he just say? Oh my god! And go back. So is that intentional, or again is that just like you're feeling this so much it's just coming straight out of you?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. It's having mad fun. When I grew up writing, walking around the house with my brother, we'd be cracking jokes while we were rapping. Like I have a line that I was trying to call my brother all fucking day because I wrote a line and he'd been cracking up all day, and I've been trying to call him, tell him the line. But this is what we do, like. So that is like this shit is fun to us. It's just like a game, like putting words together. I was telling someone the other day, one of the most things that I'm most happy about is that I have a skill that I like honed, and I like I have this thing, and I don't need anything. Nowadays, sometimes I don't even write. I don't even tell people. Like I just go behind the mic and just start. Some of those raps that you heard, I didn't even fucking write them shit. So I was turned on the mic and I started saying what I was thinking. So I'm just happy now and that's raw self-expression. It's just what comes to me and being earnest with what I'm able to capture from the universe.
So what, off the top, yeah? Just straight off the top?
Absolutely.
Get out of town, straight up. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I thought you meant like, because some people don't write. Some people, like Jay-Z is well known for like, he doesn't put pen to paper. He remembers a line, then he remembers another line, then he remembers another line. And there are rappers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean freestyling. I mean like that. Like I'll think of the line in my head, then I'll say it.
Crazy, man.
But like without writing it, though.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you're doing that. Yeah. Your brain must be doing this. Your brain must not stop, man. It's hyper intelligence. That I love that stuff, man. I love it.
Yeah, you might be right. A little bit of insanity.
So are you going to come to the UK and do some gigs as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my way in some gigs over there. I've been trying. I'm sure it's going to work. I have a strong feeling that it's going to work. I know it's going to work. I don't have any confirmations as of right now, but check back with me soon.
All right, cool. Hey, man, it's been really good talking to you. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for talking to me. Like, this has been really, really entertaining just talking to you. Like, I could probably talk to you all day. If you want, you can come and chill out at my gaff, man. I'd love to talk to you. Come round to my smoke and talk to you for like 6 hours about some crazy shit.
I'm glad you said that because I have a question. You see, I have all this hip hop stuff in the back of me. You have one picture in the back of you, and I think I could be wrong, but I think it's someone playing football. Is it or no?
No, it's me and my daughter.
Oh, I can't see.
I live with my daughter, and my daughter's here. She's 16. So
nice.
The only pictures I've got is basically me and my daughter all over the place. This is like my burr wall that I use for like videos, but there's like pictures over there. But yeah.
Do you live in England? Do you watch football?
So I'm from a town called Blackburn. You know Blackburn?
Yeah.
So
Blackburn Rovers, right?
Blackburn Rovers, yeah. So because I'm from Blackburn we're one of the only 5 teams, or is it 6 teams now, that have won the Premiership. So Blackburn Rovers won the Premiership, but then we got bought by a company that just are horrible, and we got relegated like 3 times. So for me to watch football hurts my soul.
It's just hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
yeah, it is.
Well, what year? When was the last time they won the Premier League? What year was that?
96.
Oh, is that why you was fucking young? You was probably in your prime. That shit's like
10. I was like 10. Why did you support? Who do you support?
You said? Did you say Newport?
No, who do you support? What's your team?
Oh, Liverpool. I wish I had my flag.
Are you a Liverpool supporter? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
To
man.
the bone.
Yeah, man. We'll never walk.
Not a new one. Tried and tested. Not a new one.
You're a big football fan then?
Yeah. I played on New Jersey State team. Think about this. I moved to America in 1990 when I was nine, and you know how much people play football or soccer in England. So back then nobody was playing it as much as they are now in America. So I was just like how any other kid in England is that's 9 or 10. So we play it all the time. So it's fucking natural to us. So when I moved to America, nobody was playing it. So I was running circles around everybody. So I went from there to, I did really well. So yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. That's awesome. So do you call it soccer or do you call it football?
Both. Depends on who I'm talking to. Depends like if I want the conversation or not. Like I don't give a shit what you call it. So, but it depends on who I'm talking to.
Come over to England, we'll have a kickabout, man. We'll have a game of footy.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm nice.
Thank you so much for talking to me, man. I'm going to wrap this up. And this is actually going to be a write-up as well, We're going to do a magazine. There's going to be like a magazine that we're going to put out and send to sort of the customers, if you will, or whatever we call them, the network that we've already got with Nuke Fam Records. So anybody that's already bought something in the past, any kind of physicals that they've bought in the past from Nuke Fam are going to receive a magazine. I don't know if you've seen this magazine.
Yeah.
I'm going to use to do a wrap-up as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that means I'm going to plug my website then. My website is www.hiphopintheflesh.com.
That is the sickest website I've ever heard, man.
hiphopintheflesh.com.
That's a good point.
Yeah, man, it's been my pleasure talking to you. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
No worries. Is there anything else that you wanted to sort of drop or mention or plug while we're at it? You said you got an album out, The Peaceful Warrior 2.
Yep, Peaceful Warrior 2 is out now. The album before that was Everliven Sound. It's in my mother Echo Chamber. Just check me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and positive energy.
No worries, man. Peace. Thanks for talking to me, bro.
Peace.